I hope that got everybody awake. Anyway, this is the old bear. And the old bear's doing a Bigfoot. Tonight, we are on here to make the announcement about the campouts for this year, for the one coming up. And I'm going to bring, excuse me, still got a little bit of the flu left. Anyways, we're going to bring Josh on. As you know, Josh is the one that got the camp out started last year, and we have some things we'd like to say about this year. I hope everybody sits back and listens. We may have some surprises for you. We may not. It just depends. Here we go.
Hello,
hey,
everyone.
Josh.
Hey, old bear. So the camp out, we're having the camp out April 24th through 27th.
Right.
And then we are having another camp out in August from the 21st to the 24th.
Right.
There's a little change in the way we're going to do the April camp out.
Mm-hmm.
It is invite only. Now,
Right.
Bear and I have talked, and I've made an exception, and so is he, that we are going to take requests and for you to be able to get an invite. Now, I want to say this, and I don't want to be mean to anybody, but you can either get an approval or you can get a denial. And I don't want to sound mean, but we're not going to explain ourselves why we denied you.
Right.
It's just that's the way we're going to do it. The group meeting is going to be Friday.
Mm-hmm.
If for those that don't know where the location of the campground, what that the specific campground is that we're on it, if you go down, if you know where Salt Fork is on 22, you have the sign for Salt Fork on your left. The
Mm-hmm.
next road on your left is Parker Road. If you go down that road, you'll see the group campout sign, and we are up there. That is where the location of the group campout is. I know last year we had some confusion with some people going to the main campground when they got to Salt Fork, not knowing where Parker Road was.
Right.
It's $5 per day, which each day you stay, it's $5, and it'll be we're starting it at 12 o'clock Thursday till 1 o'clock Sunday. Is there anything special you want to add on this, Bear? Because you are in on this camp out as much as I am.
Well, the only thing I got to say about it, Josh, is because of things that went on last year,
Mm-hmm.
like the camp out in April, we had issues.
Mm-hmm.
Then the camp out in August, we had even more issues. And those are the deciding factors as to why we have decided to make it invitation only.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about the invitations are, it's not to say, we don't want you there. What we're trying to do basically is keep the, because in August we were taking, 15, 20 people out
Yeah.
at one time. And that's not conducive to getting responses from Bigfoot. You got all these cars coming up the road,
Mm-hmm.
everybody getting out, slamming doors. The Bigfoot know that you're there and they're not going to bother you. They're just going to walk off.
Oh yeah.
So we're trying this time to kind of limit the size of the group. Um, and we have decided that um, 6 or 8 people per group would be probably optimal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason we're doing this. It's got nothing to do with anybody personally. It's just we had issues the past 2 times,
Yeah.
and Josh and I do not want to have those issues again.
Exactly.
So that's the only reason we're doing this is invitation only.
Yeah. And the other part that I want to mention on this, guys, is the people that we're putting in the who's leading these groups to take you out. They will have experience. We're not,
Hmm.
you're not going out with willy nilly people. We're going to stop and analyze and debunk whatever we can.
Right,
Uh, but as Old Bear has said this to me many a times, and I'm going to restate it. If you give one of our group leaders a problem, we will be coming back to camp, and Bear will know about it, and he is the one that will deal with you, because we're not going to have issues. One, we have to make sure everybody's safe, and two,
hmm,
we have a lot of people coming, and we want everybody to have fun and relax, and
right,
also have yeah, I can't speak, have the privilege to either see a Bigfoot or maybe hear one. You
right,
know, we can't guarantee it, but we're trying to give the best opportunity to the people coming to have an advantage to give them the best chance.
right.
And so we've really got to down to the T of, we're going to send you with some experienced people and go to different spots around the
Hmm.
park.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing on that is, um, Thursday night, I've got to hang around
Hmm.
the camp because there's people that are coming from, Indiana or Kentucky or
Hmm.
West Virginia, places like that, and I'm going to be around camp all day Thursday and Thursday night until probably around 8, 9 o'clock, and then I'm going to go out and a friend has asked me, and a very good friend of mine has asked me to go with him and to um, settle some experiments that he wants to do. And I told him I would help him with that. And part of it, it entails my wife making calls. If I can sweet talk her enough into doing it without throwing me out of the truck, that's fine. But anyway, that's what I'm doing on Thursday night. Friday night, I'd be glad to go out with everybody, go bigfooting. But on Saturday night, we're going to try. Josh is going to find a spot he wants to go to. I'm going to find a spot I want to go to, and there's another group that's going to be there, but they're going to be under supervision. They're not newbies in this. They got some experience, but there's going to be someone that's more senior in Bigfoot with them and help them out, and they want to take on this responsibility, and I applaud them for it.
Hmm.
But the thing of it is, it doesn't matter whether you're with me, doesn't matter whether you're with Josh or with you, or if you're with the third group. The leaders of those groups is me with my group. Josh is the leader of his group, and the other group, they're leaders. If you give them any trouble, plain and simply, you're going to be told, pack your stuff, goodbye. Simple. If I need to, I will call law enforcement, have them escort you out. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't want to cause trouble. I want to make sure everybody's safe. I don't want nobody coming in and all of a sudden playing a Tarzan yell or something like that and upsetting these creatures. These Bigfoot can be anywhere from 6 to 10 foot tall, 600 to 1,000 pounds. I don't want no one harmed.
No.
And that's my biggest goal in this is keeping everybody safe. And that's the reason Josh is a leader. He's very good at Bigfooting. He knows what he's doing. He knows what to look for, and he knows how to deal with it. And if he tells you to do something, it's the same as me telling you to do something. You better do it. Don't play around. Don't don't pull this thing of, well, I'm going to go do my own thing. No, you're part of that group. You got to stay with the group. If you take off um, and don't want to listen, you'll be asked to leave.
Yeah.
No matter what day or night it is. And if it's Friday night and you're out with me and you paid for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, and you act out or, you freak out or whatever, I'm going to ask you to go. You will be asked to leave we will take you back to camp. You will be asked to pack your stuff up, and you may not have to leave that night, but you're leaving first thing on Saturday morning if it's Friday night, and you will not get a refund. You paid to come. It's part of the park's rules for that campground. And if you prepaid, I'm sorry, it goes to the park. It
Uh-huh.
pays for us to be able to go there and have campouts.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to be mean about it, but if I have to raise my voice to get someone's attention, once is fine because you were talking or whatever and didn't hear me. That's fine. But if you're doing it on purpose, you won't be going out. You will be packing up and leaving.
And I have one more thing to add, Bear, that I want to say that happened last year. If I catch anybody when we do safety meeting or Bear does his call, or if you catch me doing my call, because I don't think I'm going to do my calls this time, I think
Mhm.
I'm going to stick with my whistles more for reasons that I'll explain at camp, Bear. Um, but if I catch people recording when we said we do not want you recording, turn off your recorders. I
Mhm.
will ask to see your recorder. I will delete it, and you will be gone. We guys, and hear me when I say this, you can get in very tough situations if you play calls and not know what they mean or they take them the wrong way.
Right.
And that was an issue we had last year, and I noticed it, and that was something I did want to address this year, and it's not going to happen. So that was another thing I wanted to let you know in on, that if I see people with recorders when we're trying to say, hey, turn off all recorders, all video, anything, whatever we say, if you've got it on and we catch you, you're gone.
Yeah. There ain't no arguing.
Hmm.
Um, Now, when it comes to if I'm out or Josh is leader, whatever, and he does whistles or he does whatever, or I do calls. After the call is made, you are expected to turn your cameras on, and on the chance that we
You
may
may
have a
catch something.
Bigfoot walk in front of us.
Yeah.
I have no problem with you having cameras on. I have no problem with thermals on or recorders or whatever, if we get responses, we expect you to record it. It's yours to do with what you want. The only thing we ask is if you get a recording, let us know that you captured it on your recording, and we'll
Hmm.
do a show after the camp out. There probably will be, um, maybe some lives go on at the camp out, and it's not against you. It's your personal property. It's the recorder is your personal property. All we're asking is not to make recordings of calls that I do or Josh does, because if done in the wrong context, someone can get harmed.
Yes.
And we don't want that. We want you to be safe at all times and having fun doing Bigfooting, not running for your life,
Yep.
because it can happen.
Yeah. And other than that, I mean, we're all cooking together. We're all, if people want to bring food and add food into what we're doing, you
Right.
know, I, I, we did bring food for our group.
Yes.
Guys, if you want to eat with us, all I ask is please bring something, you know, bring something and that, you know what I mean, Bear?
Hmm.
Contribute, and stuff because, go ahead.
Well, the only thing I got to say to that is, um, bringing two 12 packs of hamburger buns and two 12 packs of hot dog buns, that's not contributing.
Yeah,
In August, me and my wife brought home 15 12 packs, combination of hamburger and hot dog buns.
yeah,
That's not contributing. If maybe we ought to let everybody know what we're having on Thursday and Friday and
yeah,
Saturday night as the group. But we've already had a meeting on this with the primaries that are going
yeah,
to be there. And Thursday night, we decided on what? Hot dogs and stuff like that.
yeah. I think it was hot dogs over the fire. Was
Right.
we're just doing them over the fire.
And
Third
then,
Friday wasn't it? Hamburgers,
yes,
and then Saturday night was barbecue chicken, wasn't it?
I think so.
Okay,
So
and
if you want to bring something that contributes to those meals, that's perfectly fine.
yes,
If you want to bring stuff for breakfast on Friday morning and Saturday morning, that's perfectly fine.
yes,
Uh, just don't bring, you know, a salt shaker and a black pepper shaker and think that's contributing. We got that covered already. You know, when you contact me or Josh about an invitation, ask us what would be best for you to bring.
yeah,
That would probably make it easier on you. That way, we know that you're bringing something. Um, and we're not saying that we won't. If you're kind of tight on money, say something to one of us. Say something to Josh. Say something to
yes.
me.
We will.
I understand how life is. There's times when, well, not very often, but I try not to let that happen in my house, but it happens. And when that happens, I do my very best to provide for my family, and I always have and always will. But
Hmm.
sometimes we run short on money, and if that happens, I may ask for help or something from someone in the family or whatever. But we understand life happens every day. Josh knows it. I know it. Um, Josh is a family man, just like I am, and it can be tough, right,
Yeah,
Josh?
yeah, it is. I mean, you can be doing good one day, and the next day it's like grueling. on you.
Yeah.
But like he said, mention it to us, guys. If you're short on money, we will help out. We will do what we can for you.
Right.
Just let us know. And like he said, contribute. And now we did state one rule, and this is something that happened last year when we had Bear's birthday
Mm.
and stuff. And I'm going to say this because this was not right, guys. If you contribute, everybody gets their first plate.
Hmm.
Don't get your second until everybody has a plate,
Right.
because the people back there were getting their fourth and fifth plate before Bear, Miss Barb, or even I got a plate, and I was waiting on Bear and Barb to get their plate.
Yeah.
So, all I ask is, be respectful of us and that, and we'll be respectful of you. We want to have a good time. We want everybody to have fun and relax. If you get there Thursday and after, everybody's settled in and I've done what I can to help them out, and you want to go hiking
Hmm.
down a spot, feel free
Yep.
to ask me. I will take you down, and that I have no problem taking anybody out
Right.
and stuff. Now there is a separate issue that I do need to address, and this is
Hmm.
something that I'm going to be very strict on. I
Hmm.
do not want to hear one person baiting anywhere in the park, because
No.
not only can you get people killed by a cryptid, but you have predatory animals that also can look at that and get people
Hmm.
hurt, and it's
Right.
just not safe. So I'm not going to put up with it. If I hear about it, I'm going to ask you to leave also. Now, I'm not trying to be mean and be a whole bunch of stickler rules, but there was some things that got brought to my attention
Hmm.
that I taught survival, and I'll tell you, you get a cougar that smells food, and you get a little kid, it'll go after that
Hmm.
kid because there's food
Yep.
around.
Yep.
And that's, like we said, safety is the number one thing at camp.
So that means no hanging pieces of chicken out like happened to someone last year. We're not going to allow that. Um, I'm not trying to pick on anyone in particular, but that person knows who it is,
Mhm.
and me and him had a discussion, and we don't want that happening. There are reports of bears in the area now around Salt Fork and in Salt Fork passing through.
Mhm.
And there is a rather large cat, from what I understand, that has been sighted in Salt Fork
There are two now that's been spotted.
too.
Two,
Yeah.
and
So
he
that's
has young.
and we definitely don't want no one um, being grabbed or bitten or mauled. So if you come and you decide that you want to put out donuts or honey buns or candy bars, you can bring all that over to my camper, and I will make sure that it is disposed of properly. So, like Josh said, we don't want no baiting going on anywhere in Salt Fork. There are many people that use Salt Fork year round. There's many people that camp there, people that go fishing there, all over the lake, and we do not want anyone getting harmed. Period. That's why we are against baiting.
Mhm. And just a heads up, guys, if you are caught baiting, and I'm going to give you a heads up, and I'll look this
Yeah.
up, and I was told this, it is illegal. So that on top of the fact
Yeah.
that we just don't want it, you know, I'm not saying I'll throw you out and call the cops. No, I'm going to make you leave. But if you persist in doing this, I will notify because, like Bear has said, and I'm going to free state. We are both family men. I have children. He has grandchildren, and we do not want anyone in that park to get harmed.
No. So the my biggest issue is look, I've had to go and help people that's put food out for these creatures. Um, it's never a good situation. It never, no matter how nice and great it starts out, sooner or later you can't make it there to feed them at the appointed time, and they take offense to it. And you never know. You might go into uh, put some honey buns or donuts or whatever out, and you run into a black bear. That's the worst thing that you want to run into. More people are killed by black bears than grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
A grizzly wants you to stop moving. A black bear wants you dead,
Yep.
and it makes sure you're dead. It don't play games. Comes to mountain lions. Everybody's heard of maulings happening out in California. Since there has been 2 sightings in Salt Fork, I would suggest you pay very close attention to what you're doing and learn to look up because big old kitty cats like trees.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not doing this to upset anyone. We are doing this because we care about our friends, we care about our families, and if you're on this channel, you're considered a friend, if not family. And that's why we're doing it. We don't want anybody in our family hurt. We don't want you hurt. We don't want anyone else that we may not know or that we may know hurt
Mm-hmm.
in Salt Fork. It's a great place to go camping. It's a great place to go fishing, boating, whatever.
Yep.
I like going there just to go and look at the water sometimes. And we always have fun camping out there. And that's what it's all about. Friends and family getting together, having a good time. And that's what we want.
Yep.
The Bigfoot stuff is
A
icing on the
bonus.
cake, is the way I look at it.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
And uh, I don't know if everybody heard that recording I got at Salt Fort with Curtis,
Mm-hmm.
but I am bringing a copy of that. So at the safety meeting, if everybody wants to hear it, it was heard right in the park or the campground where we were at,
Mm-hmm.
and I will play that for everybody.
Yep.
So that was something I was going to do. Um, we talked
Now,
about.
which night are you wanting to do the safety meeting on, Josh?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that Friday.
Okay.
We're
What
gonna do that.
time?
Um,
Before dinner or after?
before.
Before.
We're gonna do it.
Okay.
We're gonna do it before because you know how the meeting got when everybody got discussing and everything.
Yeah,
We
in the
got
spring.
way, yeah, we got like 4 hours over, and
Well,
none
it
of
was
us
closer
got to
to
go out.
5. It was
Huh?
closer to 5.
Really?
Yeah, it was close to 5 hours.
Oh, I didn't notice that. But yeah, we'll do it then. And basically, what our safety meetings are going to be about, guys, is
Mm-hmm.
just how to stay safe. Not only with cryptids, but
Mm-hmm.
basically being in the woods. You know, Bear has tons of experience with black bears. He's hunted them, and he lives in
Yeah.
West Virginia, and you're known for black bear there.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
on the mountain lion situation, I'll let you guys know this. I have a ton of experience with exotic animals.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle owned a mountain lion. So when it comes to a mountain lion, I can help you out how to deal with one if you get one that comes at you. So that is another thing I'm going to talk about at the safety meeting. But we're
Mhm.
just going to try to go over, basic safety, pay attention for snakes, poisonous plants, like poison ivy and stuff like that. Don't wipe your nose on poison ivy and stuff. But basically just the basics so we don't have someone, so they're safe.
Right.
Then you have the Bigfoot stuff.
Right.
And that's where a lot of people, and I feel this really weirdly, a lot of people, they pay too much attention to Bigfoot, and I've seen someone walk straight through poison oak.
Yeah. Or walk right past a snake
Oh yeah.
that they should have seen. Yeah. That's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. But that gives us, we're trying to bring safety out, and that's what we're really
Right.
trying to do. Help you guys out, learn. We have a ton of experience. Bear has tons of experience. So, and if there's anything that you guys want to talk about,
Hmm.
bring it to Bear and I's attention. If
Right.
you notice something or you notice something that you would want to try, depending on what it is, and Bear is very known about this, depending
Hmm.
on what you want to try, we can try it. But
Yeah.
it depends on what it is.
The only thing we will not try is baiting. We'll
Yes.
not do that.
Or prefer stock.
Well, now there is a certain person that has volunteered to dab a little on, and he wants to try that. Um, but it seems like the Bigfoot like pushing his tent anyway, so we may allow him to try preferred stock. Maybe. I'm kind of pushing for it, but me and Josh will talk about it.
All you got to do is go out there and cough.
Oh yeah, that's true. Anyways, but do you have anything else, Josh, to let people know about in April?
Not in April. No, yes, I do. If you see a certain group of us go out, this is not to go investigating. This is to try to get everybody, if we can, in April, maybe in August. But there's a personal reason we're going to go out for something in August we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're going to try to get our main group and try to go somewhere where you want a picture taken.
Yeah.
And that's up for you to decide on that one.
Okay.
Pick which place you want the background to be.
I have a very good idea where I want to go.
Okay. Alrighty. And if Miss Barb wants to know about that, she's more than welcome to call me and I can tell her what we're doing. So
Okay.
she knows. But other than that, I really don't have it much more. Unless if you guys don't know how to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me. If my
Yeah.
name's spelt right there, you can get a hold of me on my Facebook, and I'll respond to you guys. Is there
Okay.
anything
So
you
you
want to?
guys, if you want to find out from Josh for an invitation, either an acceptance or a dismissal, reach out to his Facebook page, or of course, everybody knows they can reach me here through Old Bear's Den of Bigfoot. Um, I have an email. If you email me, I will email you back, and it's Old Bears Den 2019 at gmail.com. And if you send me an email, I will send yes, please come, and give you the dates, and that will be your invitation. If
Oh,
you do not get that, and I will say, I'll just put it fairly simply. At this time, we are unable to give you an invitation,
mhm,
and it's not because I don't like you. It's because we're trying to keep the group at a certain level, and we don't want to exceed that because then it puts too much on me, Josh, and the other group leaders. That's a lot to ask.
mhm,
And if we need to do 4 groups, we'll do that.
mhm,
But that person leader will be chosen by me and Josh. Uh, and who goes with what group is also chosen by me and Josh. It's not because we don't like you. It's because we expect you to contribute to the group. You may have a thermal, or you might have night vision, or you have a recorder, and that group doesn't have that.
mhm,
That's what it's about. We're trying to capture any recordings, whether it's audio or visual. And if you catch some Bigfoot screaming at 50 yards at you, it's your recording. All
yep,
we ask is let us have a show, and you come on, bring your recording, play it, and that's all we're asking. It's yours. It's not ours. It's yours. You did the work.
yep.
Um,
There was
all
one more
we
thing
ask is
to
that you
add, Bear.
come on and have a show.
Sorry. There is one more thing
Okay, Josh.
that we had one issue, and because someone thought they could go behind around our thing, if we give you an invite, that does
Mhm.
not mean you get to invite someone else. It
No.
needs to come through us. You need to ask us to invite someone else. Now, if it's your wife or your kids, that's fine. That's your immediate family. That's perfectly fine. But if you are inviting a friend of yours, you need to talk to us to make
Right.
sure we can do it. And
Right.
we're not trying to be mean on that, but like we said, we're trying to keep the groups down and that. And another thing, if you can get, and this is something I just want to ask everybody, if you can get a little, or actually, I'll show you one. If you can get just a small little pocket journal, the only
Hmm.
reason I'm asking for this is if you can document where you're at when you get your video, we can all write down, and this keeps to you. And this is the reason I want to say this is then we can write all your information when you got your all your measurements, everything
Hmm.
you got through yours, either your audio or anything like that. Then it's written down for you to keep, and we can go over that with you on a live. And if you get like, say, anybody gets a footprint
Hmm.
and you don't know how to cast, please come to me. I I'm not going to do it this year only because it was harder to get the sand up there. But if
Yeah.
you need help learning how to cast that print, come to me. I will gladly come and show you how to cast a print.
Well, Josh, if you want,
Mm-hmm.
um, I can get, since I am in the construction business,
Mm-hmm.
I think I can get 50 pounds of sand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'll take my sock off and my shoe off. Don't worry. My feet will be clean. My feet don't stink, people. And I'll put my footprint in the sand. And if you want to cast it and give that class, just do the one casting. I'll help you pay for the plaster repairs or
I
whatever
have all
material
the
you use.
I have all the plaster Paris in that if you want to just bring the sand. and we'll
All right.
gladly do a class for it.
Okay.
Because I
All
still
right.
have from the last time I did it, I still have half a bag, a 25-pound bag of plaster pears.
Right.
So we'd be
Um,
perfectly fine with that.
you, I saw Scott M. That's what he goes by here on the thing. He was wanting to come. Scott, if I'm not mistaken, I already told you you were invited. And Michael, you can come, but you've got to leave the preferred stock at home. We're not having a 50-gallon drum. No.
I want to come. I don't have any of those things. Just a tent and yeah, buddy, come on out. You know what?
Yeah.
Well, I have, and I'll gladly. And Bear knows this. As long as I get my equipment back and we're respectful about stuff,
Mhm.
I have night vision, I have thermal, I have audio. I will
Right.
gladly let you use mine to show you how to use it. And, I do have expensive equipment, so I will go over with you, least expensive equipment so you're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars like I did, but it
Yeah.
will do the same thing that my equipment does, so you can catch stuff. So, I don't, it's sometimes too many people get too much money into this,
Hmm.
but people don't also realize I'm also going to school for cryptozoology. So the more expensive equipment helps out in other fields than
Right.
just bigfooting. So,
Right. Josh, go ahead and give the dates again for our camp out in April.
okay, our dates are it is April 24th through the 27th.
Hmm.
The time to be there on Thursday, it would start at 12 o'clock
Right.
Thursday. And then we have to be out of the camp by 1 on
Hmm.
Sunday.
And that's when you have to take the money over and pay for the campground, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That day, as soon as I pack up everything I have, I leave. Normally, I see you pulling your camper over there to empty it out,
Yeah.
and go over in the camp office, and that's when I pay for the camp
Right.
out.
So,
So
Josh, if there's nothing else,
I'm good,
uh,
but
I'm good. I think we've touched all the bases.
okay, sounds good to me. Is uh oh, one surprise for you. Mom made them cowboy beans. Is gonna make them cowboy beans she made at your birthday,
Uh huh.
and she's bringing them for you.
Just walk up to your mom and give her a big kiss and a hug for me, would you please?
Yep. Only thing she asks
Oh,
is if she can get her bowls back because she got Tupperware
okay.
ones for these ones this camp out.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. We'll make sure that she gets them back.
Okay. Other than that, I don't have any more.
Okay.
She told me to surprise you tonight that she was making them cowboy beans that you loved.
Yeah. I don't know if my wife likes me eating them all as much as I did, but that's cool.
Well, she's making the coleslaw and she's making that pasta salad
Oh,
too.
mom's coleslaw. Hmm. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna have to go eat again. But
Oh,
anyway, Josh,
hey,
um, I can't wait, buddy. I really
me
can't.
neither.
I've been chomping at the bit. This weekend, I'll probably start working on the camper and getting it all ready and get all that done. And then I'll be out to do it again next weekend. Same thing, exact same thing for next 4 weeks in a row until I can go camping.
You know me, I've already been to Salt Fork many a times looking
Yeah,
around.
don't
I'm
rub it
itching at
in.
I'm
Come
itching at
on.
the bit to go.
But the only thing I've got to say is I want everybody that comes. I want you to have fun, enjoy yourselves. It's about friends, the camaraderie of fellow Bigfooters. We're all in this to um, get them brought out to the forefront. force modern science to
Yeah.
take a serious look at these cryptids, and that's why we're doing it. But it's mainly to have fun. It's
Yep.
not a competition between us. Um, I don't care who gets what. We expect you to come and have fun. That's your first priority. And
Mhm.
Josh is, Josh is my friend. He's more like a son to me and my wife, and that's why we're doing it. It's family, and we look at it that way.
And we appreciate when you come to our campouts, Bear. And we appreciate when everybody comes to the campouts.
Yep.
And I do this so everybody gets to have a chance to have fun. I don't do this to showboat myself. It's not what it's about. It's about you guys getting ready, or not getting ready. Sorry, my bad. I didn't sleep very well last night.
I
Sorry about
understand.
that. But it's about you guys coming and having fun and trying to give you the most possible to either hear one, see one, or just have a fun experience and
Yeah.
enjoy us. You know,
Yeah.
if you sit down and talk with us, you'll hear tons of stories from us. So, but other than that, Bear, I don't have anything more.
Mm-mm.
If you want to end your show, that's fine. If there's
Yeah.
anything else you want to add or talk about, we can talk about that. But on my
Um,
end, I'm good.
no, there's a couple of people that have asked if they needed an invitation. Neil, you do not need an invitation. Josh and I
Icebox.
know we expect you to be there. An icebox. If you're not there, Ice Bunny's not there. You can deal with my other half.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
all I can
hey,
tell
hey,
you
hey!
is, you better be there, friend.
I got a better idea.
What's that?
If he's not there, you know where he
Mhm.
lives, right?
Oh yeah, I know where his house is.
How about we load up and go get him and her? We'll
Well,
drag the
I'd
spot
say
there.
we ought to bring her, and we'll just hog tie him and make him do without Bigfooting. That would hurt him more than anything.
Hey, it's her first time going to a camp out, isn't it?
Yes.
She's definitely coming. He
Oh
can sit
yeah, he don't got
aside.
a choice in the matter. So I don't have anything, Josh.
I'm good
I,
too. I mean,
the people that know, uh, we've told a bunch of people already to come, and I've sent invitations out to ones that I thought might need it because you know whatever reason they may have forgotten. But
yeah,
Scott, you already have an invitation. I told you a month ago that
yeah,
you're more than welcome to come. You can bring your other half.
yep,
So come on, let's go have
yeah.
fun.
Yep. And you know, okay, I did think of something. Kids. There will be kids at the camp out.
Yes, kids are a big priority when there's kids around. Um,
Yeah, it
I
just came
don't
up
do
in my
certain
mind.
calls.
Yeah, it just came up in my mind. Um, and this isn't to step on any parent's toes, and I really don't want to be that way.
Mm.
But if it starts to get dark, guys, keep your kids away from the edge line of the trees, especially if you have little girls.
Right. We would prefer if you have children. If you got a camper, put your camper in the middle. And
Yep.
if you got tents, put them in the middle.
Hmm.
Keep your kids off the edges.
Yes.
Grown ups can handle their own, and their tent might get pushed on, or they might come up and rub your head at night or whatever. But if there's kids, we want the kids. Where you
They
see
are a
me in my
priority.
trailer, that's where you should have you in your tents or your camper. We
Yeah.
don't expect you to be on the outsides.
I'm sorry. It just popped up to my mind
All right.
with the kids coming. It made me think, I didn't want the kids being by the tree lines.
Right. And there is one corner of the campground that is off limits to camping this year because Josh wants to do an experiment on that corner. And if you come in and throw your tent up right there, you will be asked to move it. I don't mean to be the upper left hand corner. That's for Josh's experiment. That's all I can tell you. I don't know what the experiment entails. Josh does, and we agreed to leave that corner open.
Basically, what I'm going to do, and I decided to move my tent up in that corner.
Yeah.
Everybody being, and I'm going to go ahead and explain it so everybody is fully aware. What are you
Uh,
reading?
I was reading what Michael said. You know who that is. Kirsch.
I mean,
What does it mean when a Bigfoot rubs your head while you asleep?
okay.
Go ahead, Josh. You explain that one.
Well, I'm pretty much the one that it happens to, so yeah, I
Mhm.
kind of do have to explain it. When they rub my head, it's basically means that everything's okay. That there's going to be no more real close screaming. There's
Mhm.
no fighting the rest of the night. We're safe. We're safe in camp.
Right.
And something most everybody don't know is, yeah, I may crawl my tent, but I'm not asleep, guys. I wait until they rub my head and then I fall asleep. And that could be till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But when I have that, that is when I go to sleep. Um, if I don't get rubbed on the head and you see me the next morning and my eyes are black all the way around them, I've stayed up because something's going to happen. And I worry about all you guys and I watch over all you guys just as much as Bear does. I do too.
Yeah.
And Bear may fall asleep, but I'm a night owl and stuff. But on the experiment, I'm going to put my tent up there. We
Uh
had
huh.
someone get screamed at last year.
Right.
Well, there's one trying to challenge from what we found out.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I found out from a friend of mine, he's now taking over that left corner.
He thinks he is.
And that is why I'm putting my tent up there.
I understand.
Um, and I did find out they got a good look on him. He is a grass
Mm-hmm.
man. So when he thinks he's willy nilly bullying anybody around, he won't do it with me. So
Well, all I can tell him is I know how to cut a hickory switch. Um, so if he starts an issue, I'm cutting 5 hickory switches, and I will force him to watch me as I braid them together like my grandmother used to do to me. And when I'm done, there'll be toothpicks.
Well, my big thing on him is I want to know why he's being a little more aggressive.
He's coming
But
into that age.
well, I know that much.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's doing some other things that I'll explain. I don't really want to put too much out there because there's some
Mhm.
certain things I want to do. Um,
Right. I understand.
but the reason I put my tent up there is he put out the sign of my clan that I grew up with.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
So
That's an
I want to
affront
find
to
out.
you.
Yep. So I want to find out what's going on.
Okay.
So
All right, Josh. Well, let's hop off here. We've been here for almost an hour.
yep.
Um,
And like
if
I said,
anybody
anybody
wants an invite, get a hold of Josh or get a hold of me.
Yep.
If you want to come, get a hold of us. We'll tell you yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty that simple.
Yep. All righty.
All right.
Well,
Y'all
have
have
a
a
good night.
wonderful, blessed night. Me and Josh is out of here. We'll talk
See
to
you
y'all
guys.
next time. Bye, everybody.